Even in terms of degrees, we're seeing as well, sort of the number of non-science degrees, universities cutting back on them and so on. And what do you think of when you hear that and when you see that emphasis from ministers and from universities?
Well, politicians famously don't seem to be that interested in the arts. It's very difficult to get anyone along to a performance of anything, and that's...
Is that what you invite them?
I've seen that over 30 years, you know. Occasionally, once in a while, someone will come along, but it's rare. And even culture ministers don't seem to go to the theatre or read books or do anything that's particularly artistic.
It's a bit of a sad indictment, if that's true.
But
do you hear much from the current Culture Secretary?
No. I'm not sure I even know who they are.
Lucy Fraser.
Well, okay, thank you. No, I honestly didn't know.
Which probably says something.
It just says something. It's terrible because I feel... I mean, maths was something that I've avoided. I was hopeless at. But, and I was starved even at my age at school of the arts. The particular school I went to, which was an all-boys school in Walthamstow, East End. All my interests were outside of school. I found my life in a way myself. It wasn't something I was introduced to at school. So in a way, if you want it, you find it. But that's not the answer. When I went back to my old school fairly recently, it had changed completely, and they did dance, they did theatre, they did photography, they did all these things that I would have loved to have done, So things had changed, but I think it's such an important part of our lives. Going through the pandemic, as you said, there was a point early on where I felt that what we did wasn't particularly important. I was made to feel that what we did wasn't particularly important as artists, and that was rather depressing. And it did seem that there were more important things to be thinking about.
The Newsagents. This is a Global Player original podcast.